There's probably not even anybody here yet because I literally just hit the go live button. We can wait a couple seconds to let people kind of roll in. But we're playing around with this format a little bit. We're going to try to keep it super casual. For those who are going to be watching this video later and see the recording, we are going to be doing this. Scott and I are going to try to attempt to make this a bi-weekly thing. Oh, there is somebody who's here. That was fast.
Hey.
Was it Crab Nuts? My bet's on Crab Nuts.
Or into Perez.
Or yeah, who knows? It could be anybody. So yeah, we're going to try to do this bi-weekly, and the idea is, and I think I've mentioned this before, this is going to very quickly become, hopefully, once, if Scott can carve enough time out of his busy schedule, this will be kind of like the Scott show, and he's going to be able to just, this is what we hope to do with it. It all depends whether Scott has the ability to have the time commitment to put towards it. Until then, it'll be just the Scott and Brent show, where we just give you updates on things that are going on, things that have been going on lately, things that are upcoming. It's to replace the video updates that I used to do every once in a while, because this is a little bit more fun to do with kind of a bit of a tag team.
Yeah, this is. Brent, before we begin, I am just on Agora.community live, and one of the Pratt brothers is streaming, so we're not live on the website.
Oh, that's fun. So we're not live on the website, huh? It's supposed to prioritize our streams. So did you try refreshing? Try to refresh, see if it changes.
Oh yeah, there we are.
Yeah, it's supposed to. At least that's how Pat set it up. He says in the rare occurrence that we're streaming while one of our cool buddies, like the Proud Brothers, are streaming, it'll bump and us as priority. Awesome. Not that we're more higher priority than Proud Brothers.
No, of course not.
Let's be honest. No. Proud Brothers are pretty awesome. We got nothing on them. We're not twins. We both have shaved heads.
We kind of look the same though.
We have the same mic. Maybe we are twins.
Yeah.
You have a fancier accent than me, but I think we can work on that. Yeah. You have to teach me some good phrases to play around with. How do you want to start? Let's just jump in.
Yeah, let's do it. So I am very happy with this first thing. So you might notice the learning paths we've been rolling out. The run, how to build a run animation and get it into Unreal.
Yeah.
But if you take a look at the page, they're starting to get a bit organized. Before, it was just a huge spread of all these thumbnails, and trying to find which learning path was what was just a bit hectic. So we've gone in there and we've started to split them up. This is just kind of phase one. There's going to be more coming down the pipeline once we figure out these learning paths and how we want to play them out. But for now, this is just a good way to keep them organized. They're going to be color coded each thumbnail, so you kind of will learn what's going to be what. So at the moment, a blue thumbnail is going to be for gaming, and the quad that we have is orange, so we're thinking that for creatures, and then of course they'll be green and red, and with more learning paths that come up. So yeah, it looks super cool. Go and check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely cleaner. We put it in very early. We have kind of a belief at Agora.community that there's no point hanging on to something to make it perfect before putting it out there, because when you put it out early, we can let the community give us a little feedback on how to make it better. But just know that when something comes out that's new, we probably know it's far from ready, but we're just putting it out there anyways, because we don't want to have people wait for good content. Just because the polish isn't there. But yeah, and speaking of which, the categories right now is something that we're working on trying to figure out. We have we're trying to build a map of all the different sort of categories of threads that were set, like actual paths. It's quite the big undertaking, because when you start, you've been working in an industry like this for years, and you take a lot of things for granted, a lot of the knowledge that you've accumulated, and then when you start to really map it out, you're like, holy crap, there's a lot to know. Like, if you really think about it, it's a lot, especially if you start including things like, really like very basic rigging concepts, or, tools and tricks, and like just the interface, different softwares. Like it gets to the point where you're like, oh my God, how have we possibly learned this much? But 20 plus years for someone like myself, it's just, you've just been soaking it up as you go. And it could be very overwhelming for people who are just starting, which is why we're trying to make it like, okay, well, look, it is a little overwhelming, but here are some paths. You can start walking a path, and maybe more than one path at the same time. It's completely up to you, but we're trying to give it a little bit more guidance to how you can consume the information that's on our website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And those playlists have helped so much with that.
Yep. So do
Yep.
check it out. Give us feedback if you have any. We all are. Our ears are always open to hear how you feel about new features. Um, in a similar vein regarding the website, I'll take this one here. Next
No
on the
worries.
list was something to discuss with regards to linking. So for a long time, so just kind of a little bit of a background here. Um, we've always seen ourselves as a collector of really great info and sort of a curator of that info. Like we're trying to get all the stuff that's out there as well as get new stuff that we want to create because we feel like there's holes out there, and then we put it all in one place for people to learn rather than having to like search through YouTube. A lot of the content that we actually have on our platform is already on YouTube in some cases because of course like Sir Wade and he'll say like all these people have great content, and we have some of their content on our platform just because we want to host it. We want to make sure that we can expose this great content to our members. But the weird thing is because we wanted to try to, build this sort of exclusivity, this idea of camaraderie, this idea of like being a member of Agora, because we wanted to build a community. We made it so that you to access all that stuff, you needed to log in. And so naturally, what that meant was if you linked to something that was like a video that you really liked on our website because you wanted to show it to your friend, they were met with a unfortunate like login wall that made them kind of go, well, I don't really want to make an account. Because I mean, a lot of people out there are kind of, mistrustful of signing up to accounts that they don't feel like they're going to need. And like, I don't blame them. So
Yeah.
we discussed this for a while and we wanted to open it up. So now you are able to link directly to content on our site. Now, there are some exceptions. You cannot link directly to rigs. You cannot link directly to, what was the other thing? I think it was, what was the other thing?
The reviews or the live streams for now.
Yeah, that's right. So there are a few things you can't link directly to, and that's fine because if people really want access to those extra things, they just have to log in they just make an account for free. So it's not like there's no money being, there's nothing. It's completely safe. You can even already use if you have a LinkedIn account, which most of you should have anyways. If you are trying to be, or you are currently, or trying to be a professional artist, LinkedIn accounts are kind of, in my opinion, kind of a necessity now. They've replaced the need for CVs in many cases. So you can log in with that account. It just allows you to use your LinkedIn account to get access to our service. So anyways, you can link now. So please do spread the love. If you find something on our platform that you think is link worthy, then absolutely send it out there into the world and have people see it, because that's what we're all about, trying to share this information.
Yeah. So I think those like and share buttons are going to be for everything though, right? Like Twitter, Facebook.
Yeah, they are. So currently there are no share buttons as we are currently speaking. That is what we're building now, just to make it a little bit more quick and easy to share. But for now, you could just like literally copy and paste the URL. And if you do that, people will literally be brought right to that page. They will not need to log in anymore like they used to. So
that's great. Yep. And let's be honest, it's social currency. If you post something interesting and people get a rise out of it, it's like, hey, that person knows what's going on.
You're in the know. And we're long term with the gamification things that we want to add to the platform. I think there's going to be a lot of fun we can have with that. The most prolific, a badge for the most prolific linker. Because we can record that kind of stuff. If you're making a link, it could be if we make a share button, we can actually embed it with a code that we now know. If anyone clicks on that link, we'll know it was you. Anyways, lots of fun we can have long term. But right now, the big message, the big takeaway is it's no longer annoying, and you don't have to feel like, oh, I would love to link this, but I don't want to make my friends annoyed that there's they have to log. It's kind of annoying. You want to link it. Hey, check on this link. Oh, but you'll have to create a free account, but don't worry, it's cool. It's like, it's a little more cumbersome than just linking it and right on your Facebook or whatever, and people can access it directly. What's next on the list, my friend?
All right. So we have some new rigs available.
Yes.
Speaking of, so if you've all seen the Anim Challenge video, you will know what it is, but I do have it here. So maybe I can play it for people that might not have seen it. Brent.
Have you done that before on here? Do you know how to do that?
I have shared the screen and
Is it a video file though? Like, can you can actually play a video? Like if it's a downloaded video, or is it like were you planning on sharing something that was playing on the net?
Oh, it's downloaded. I've downloaded.
Oh, then do it. Then hit the little plus button.
Yep.
and then just say local video,
Local
and
video.
just,
Oh my
oh yeah,
God.
dude, that's the best way.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be a lot cleaner this way.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it will, because I don't trust Australian internet.
Hey, Petari, that's cool. You helped with the Ryu model. That's awesome.
Oh, really? Awesome.
Very cool.
Was that last month's challenge?
I think so.
Yeah. All right. I've got to find.
It's nice to
where I
see you
put it.
getting involved there, Petar. Get your hands dirty, buddy. I like
That's
it.
Okay. For some reason, my computer does this thing where if I try and upload or open something from the folder, my downloads folder,
Yeah.
it won't open. Like, it doesn't open
Yikes.
anything I've downloaded from
Oh.
the day. It's so bizarre.
It's weird. I
Yeah.
think it's going to start playing as soon as I open it. Okay, so
Okay.
let's see what happens.
Meep, meep.
So cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Yep. Okay. There we go. So yeah, the new rigs are up, ready to go. So check them out and get stuck into that challenge, because it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, those rigs look really cool too, because they look like they were made with sort of the Warner Brothers-esque animation treatment, attached. Like, I don't know if you saw that. There was a quick glimpse of a kind of a blurry sort of tubular
I
shape
was going to mention
to sort of
that.
show the
Yep.
Roadrunners sort of like legs spinning out of control. So
Yep. Very cool.
lots of experimental stuff that could be had there. So yeah, that would be definitely fun to grab those and jump into that competition this month.
Yeah,
very cool.
definitely. Even the Roadrunner had like a little kind of.
Oh yeah.
Really cool.
That's very cool.
All right. I think that is about it for me, Brent.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm just scanning your little list. It looks like you're right. Well, I had something I wanted to say that's sort of a bit off the rails.
Before you jump onto that, I'll just
Yeah.
give an update on the podcast. Just with my
Oh, yes.
capacity, I haven't sorted out the Google stuff yet.
Okay.
But they are still getting uploaded every week to Spotify and Apple. So if you want to check out the latest, I've realized that the way I'm doing it, I'm gonna need to start uploading more, because I'm starting right from the beginning.
Okay.
And we've had about 20, 30 live streams since we started doing them. So
Yeah.
by the time I catch up, then this week's conversation with is going to be like 30 weeks down the track. So might need to figure out just upping the game on that. Might need to bring someone else on to help out to get them out quicker. But as soon as we catch up, that's the goal, to catch up to where we currently are with the conversations.
Yeah.
But I think there's like 60 podcasts now, because I'm taking all those little bites of golden nuggets of information and uploading those as well as the full conversation. So there's a lot of content to consume.
Oh my God.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep. Which is cool, because there's people I follow, coaches and stuff like that on the internet.
Yeah.
And you sort of check out, you go, oh man, I'm having trouble with this. And bam, like there's something there to help you out. So instead of having to sift through all that information, it's like, oh, I've got an interview coming up. You just go to the podcast and maybe search for interview.
Totally.
And bam, there it is.
Just a bunch of like amazing sort of information and perspective to consume very quickly, just to kind of inspire you before that, in preparation for that interview. It's very good.
Yep.
That's awesome update. I'd like to. I'm experimenting with some things on my side to maybe potentially change things around, and maybe even be able to up the quality of the recordings from these. looking into it. I bought a new toy that might aid in that particular adventure. So we'll see once I've
Right.
experimented with that a little bit. But I mean, it's not bad. But you know what you've been getting mostly for these live, like when you see a recording of these live things, it's just the recording that was made off of Restream. And the problem with that is that, or Restream, or wherever Scott's grabbing it from. But
Yep.
Restream. So it's really just a recording of the stream, which is different than an actual, like, a recording that you would be making. Like, the quality is much lower because stream, obviously the bit rate is lower, the audio quality gets lessened. So I'm trying to find a way of doing it in a way that there could be a local recording that's higher quality, and the stream is lesser, so people can stream it nicely, and it's smooth. So anyways, something to look forward to. I think that's going to really help a little bit with the podcast, theoretically, because it's all about the audio. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so this is a little off topic, but kind of still on topic. I just wanted to mention, a lot of you know that I'm an iAnimate instructor, and I just thought it might be noteworthy to mention that there's a new session starting up next week. I teach a intro to game animation workshop at iAnimate, which is cool because we do a really good foundational intro on animation where we talk a lot about just like the basic of stuff. Like, we literally start with a bouncing ball, and by the end we are doing like run cycles. And so there's a lot of stuff in between, naturally, but the bonus that I add to this workshop is you will be integrating all those things into Unreal. So by the end of the workshop, you'll be starting with the bouncing ball in Maya, and you'll be ending with like literally having a character running around and doing like a dodge roll and doing all kinds of things, all based on you built it all step by step with me. And people are very, very confident by the end of that workshop that they at least better understand what the job is. That's my biggest concern about teaching game animation, is that there's a bunch of things that people don't usually find out until they're on the job. And then they're surprised by it. Sometimes they're scared by it. Sometimes they're just sort of like, maybe they're soured by it because they don't really like the technical aspect of it, even though some people really, really love it. So anyways, if you are curious and you've been wondering about whether, how you could sort of jump into something like that, as a matter of fact, I met Pedar in that class. He's actually one of my iAnimate alumni. So if you have any questions, you could just ask him directly in chat how that experience was. But just check it out. Head over to iAnimate. You'll be able to see that they're still taking spots, because there's still slots left in that workshop if you're interested.
Awesome.
You had something you wanted to talk about on a personal level.
Well, that let's see if we can tie all of that in together. So
Sure.
I have spoken about this, I think, in the Q&A that we had together, Brent. But I wrote a book that's aimed for children about achieving goals and breaking through self-doubt and negativity and persevering. I know, as creative artists, especially for me, trying to get into animation, it was a big step for me. I come from an area where the creative arts isn't really a thing, especially a career in it. So there's a lot that I kind of had to go through, and so there's this story that I wrote to kind of help teach kids that stuff from a younger age, because I was thinking, hey, if I was doing this when I was a lot younger, then who knows where I'd be. So that book is going to be crowdfunded. It's called Skullboy and the Leap of Faith. It's very spooky, very motivational, and perfect for October.
Nice.
So that's
you got a link? What's the link for the crowdfund?
I do have a link. So
do it.
Can I post it?
Just you have access to the chat, yeah? Because you're not a guest in here, I don't think.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So you can sign up now. It's going to drop next week. It goes live, but you can sign up for that notification. So I
don't see it. Did you post it?
Yeah, I posted it right there.
Oh, there it is. Sweet. Cool.
Yeah, so any support, or just share it among your friends.
Absolutely.
But or if you find that you need a little bit of motivation yourself, then just have a read. Everything's just really kind of personal, like things that I discovered on my journey. So in a fun, spooky kind of way.
Spooky. So Halloween, very seasonal. Well, good luck with that Kickstarter. That's awesome. Is it a Kickstarter? Yeah, it is Kickstarter. I see it there.
Yeah, it's Kickstarter. Nice. Yep.
Very cool.
So,
awesome. So that wraps up today's Agora update. We'll see you on the next one. I'll see you back here in about 2 weeks' time, where we'll have another sort of list of things to talk about. Until next time, stay animated. See you guys around. Cheers.
See ya. Thanks, Brent.